Welcome everyone to my channel called Harbi Kafir, brought to you by the Dar El Harb Center for Islamic Studies and me, your host, Harbi Kafir. So however you found this channel, it is my most fervent hope that you'll return to learn more about the ideology that attempts to pass itself off as the religion of peace, Islam, and how it affects us folks known in Islam as Kafirs. Well, I am coming to you from here at the Dar El Harb Center for Islamic Studies for a second time this month because of current events. Most notably last week's 1989 fatwa-inspired attack on noted Indian-born British author Salman Rushdie in New York State by a Muslim. Rushdie is famous for writing a work of fiction 34 years ago entitled The Satanic Verses. Contents of this lengthy fantasy novel were deemed offensive to Islam, Allah, and his final prophet, peace be upon him. So the old Ayatollah Khamenei, remember him? And the Iranian Islamic Revolution way back then? Well, they put a fatwa on Salman Rushdie, a fellow Muslim at the time, for his blasphemy against Islam and the Prophet Muhammad. Bless his little heart. And pretty sure the fatwa has been renewed recently there in Iran by the latest Islamic leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. And what is a fatwa, you might ask? Sorry it wasn't in the vocabulary lesson. I didn't think we'd need it quite so soon. But a fatwa is a death sentence backed by Sharia law. A fatwa can be issued by any Islamic cleric to be carried out wherever the offender is found. So they really did not like what Rushdie had written, to put it mildly, and they probably weren't really pleased that some Islamic dirty laundry was being used as the title of some book. Now, I have never read the fantasy novel called Satanic Verses, but I understand it can be interpreted to be less than kind to members of the Islamic pantheon of foundational characters. The title references two verses in the Quran that most Islamic believers would rather us Kafirs just not know about. The dirty little Islamic secret about that time their prophet, peace be upon him, said he was tricked by who?
Satan.
Yes, Satan tricked him into committing shirk, the Islamic sin of associating other deities with Allah. The actual satanic verses are here in the critical Quran, right here. And I've already got it open down here in front of me. The Surah is Surah 53. It is also referred to as the Star Surah, with verses 19 and 20. And they go like this. Have you thought upon Alat and Aluza and Manat, the third, the other? That's it, folks. That's the whole thing. Seems Muhammad, which is really a title meaning the one who is blessed and is not his real name, which is a whole nother hysterically funny video for some other day. Anyway, he wanted to impress the non-believers early in his days as a prophet in Mecca, so he told them Allah had revealed to him that their pagan goddesses could be used as intercessors in their communications with Allah, much as Catholics pray to Mary to intercede in their behalf. When he realized that that was shirk, Muhammad, bless his little heart, said it was the devil disguising his voice to sound like Allah that had revealed those verses, and they were not authentic. That may be a rather simplistic version, but it seems Islam does not want Kafirs to know that their caravan robbing, slave trading, pedophile prophet got tricked by Satan. And they are willing to go to extreme measures to be sure that dirty Islamic laundry is not given any reason to be aired out in the open. Just to show how serious they are, others involved with translating or publishing the Salman Rushdie book in other languages have been attacked and killed by Islamic folks that feel the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has been slandered by Kafirs who are just pointing out what is in the traditions of their own religion. So, what did they do way back in 1988? Well, riots and killings over a fantasy fiction novel. There was another book called The Temptation of Christ, which was written in 1955 and made into a movie in 1988. The same year that Satanic Verses came out. It was condemned by the Catholic Church and others, but no one ever died over it being read or shown. The writer or director were never hunted down or attacked because of the unfavorable representation of Jesus Christ, much less having people told to do so by the Catholic Church or other churches. I don't remember anyone ever dying over some unflattering book or movie about Jesus Christ. Maybe a few sign-holding protesters at a movie premiere, but no violence. So what does this mean for you, my fellow Kafir? Simply, it means we can have our good old American freedom of speech, or we can have more Sharia creeping into our way of life here in this country. When you see the news say there's no motive for the stabbing of Salman Rushdie, call BS on them, because now you know better. Because as one learning here at the Dar el Harb Center for Islamic Studies, you should know by now, Surah 9 verse 5, and I'm paraphrasing right now, kill the idolaters wherever you find them and prepare for them every ambush. Sounds like what that guy did in New York. And I, Harbi Kafir of the Dar el Harb Center for Islamic Studies, would like to say, we don't need that here in the United States of America. We don't need Sunni Muslims killing Shiite Muslims in New Mexico because they are deemed hypocrites. We have enough problems, thank you very much. So that is what I am doing here, trying to teach a little about things like this from the Quran, so my fellow Kafirs can have an idea what is really going on in this world, because for some reason the mainstream media will not. So until next time, as I always say, no Islam, my fellow Kafirs, so there is no submission.
Allah